Well, today we're talking about the Attic Expeditions. This one made me want to drink. So the Attic Expeditions is a psychological horror film that came out in the early 2000s. I believe it was straight to video, exclusively to Blockbuster. Originally supposed to be part of the Witchcraft series, the director, I'm going to check my notes, Jeremy Kasdan, got the script and decided that it could be something better. They reworked it and turned it into the Attic Expeditions. It was also released as Horror in the Attic. And that was one of the other names it was released under. I'm not asking for my time back. I'd say I'm not asking for my money back, but I watched it free on YouTube. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description. This movie fell into my lap for a few reasons. So Bad It's Good lists had mentioned it for some early 2000s, some aughts lists. The cast is really what drew me in. You have Seth Green in one of his early adult roles, transitioning from being a child/teen actor, like the Buffy years, to his adult stuff. And I don't mean like adult XXX, I mean adult as in grown up. Wendy Robbie from Twin Peaks, and Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs. She's in it. And then the pièce de résistance, at least in my book, two of my favorite modern character actors ever within the horror and sci-fi genre. You have, number one, the greatest creepy guy ever, Jeffrey Combs. Everybody remembers him as Dr. Herbert West from Reanimator, and then he's done a bunch of other things like that. He is top dog. Totally. I can't gush enough. Never met the guy. I do want to, though. So I'll have to keep out for horror conventions or film conventions near me that will have him there. And Mr. Ted Raimi. Ted Raimi, for those of you who might not be aware, hopefully that's only a few of you, is the director Sam Raimi's baby brother. He's done a lot of work with his brother, as well as work with their friend Bruce Campbell. The thing I remember him most from, and what introduced me to him first, was seaQuest DSV back in 1993. God, I'm old. Where he had a regular role. I think he only was absent from 3 episodes over a 2.5 season run. And then he went on to become Joxer on Xena, Warrior Princess. And he's done a lot of genre stuff, like Skinner. He took the lead in that. Wishmaster. He was in a Wes Craven film called Shocker. He's been in a lot of, like I said, he's been in a lot of his brother stuff. Everyone remembers him as Hoffman from the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. So, you know, I don't feel like I have to say much about Jeffrey Combs because everybody knows who Jeffrey Combs is. I feel like Ted doesn't get quite enough recognition. So I went off on a tangent. I apologize. So back to the Attic Expeditions. I'm sorry. I'm going to stutter over that because this bourbon and cider that's helping me kind of ease into this, a little stronger than I wanted it to be. But anyway. So this film is kind of disjointed in its timeline, so I'm going to try to give you an overview. You have a character named, and let me check my notes, Trevor and his girlfriend, Faith, they're happy, blah, blah, blah. They buy a house. Some kind of crazy ritual happens where Faith ends up dead. A few cutscenes, some weird stuff happens. You find out Trevor's in a mental institution, has been in a coma for the past 4 years, and does not remember what happened. He is under the care of Dr. Eck, played by Jeffrey Combs. Yeah. That's all I gotta say, is the man is just, this is Herbert West all over again in a good way. So they've been doing brain surgery on Trevor to try to get things going. Ted Raimi shows up with a cameo by Alice Cooper right next to him. Look for the cameo. It's great. So he's going to be Dr. X's new assistant. He's studying under him. I don't quite understand why Ted's character, Dr. Coffee, is there, other than being exposition boy. He's kind of the outside looking in. And if it wasn't for him, I probably would have lost the thread a couple times. So, okay, Trevor gets better, so they send him to a halfway house kind of situation called the House of Love. And yes, I'm going to talk with my fingers a lot. Sorry. The House of Love looks exactly like the house he and Faith bought and she died in. They're with a bunch of other characters for patients. Wendy Roby plays the doctor who's in charge. I cannot remember her name, and I don't have it in my notes, so I'm sorry. Let's just note that she has that well-cultivated air of, like, kind of, it's off. Like, something is off about this woman, but you can't quite put your finger on it, like she's really good at in The People Under the Stairs. Yeah, that kind of feeling is around her in this, and I loved it. That I did love, because Wendy Roby's awesome. Seth Green is one of the patients. He just so good with this little, I don't even want to say little role because it's like the third biggest role in the thing, but you find out why Faith died and why he was in the, and it's just, very disjointed. I'm not going to lie. I had trouble following it. And some of the dream sequences, they seemed like this director watched one too many oddball heavy metal music videos late at night and decided to try and recreate that in the name of existentialism and surrealism. It was hard to follow. You get to the twist ending and it seems like it starts the cycle all over again. I'm not going to go much more into it because, like I said, I was losing the thread. Would I recommend this? If you like having bad movie nights, yes, I would recommend this. If you're going through the Jeffrey Combs, Wendy Roby, Seth Green, Ted Raimi filmography, yes. If you want to laugh at a cameo by Alice Cooper, yes. If you want a movie that's going to keep you entertained, have you think in a good way, and scare the pants off of you, no. Sorry. It's not so bad it's good, but it's not so bad I'm going to throw it in the trash either. It's one of those, I watched it once. I might watch it again with a group of friends. Or, somebody to get their reaction, show my reaction, that kind of thing. I wouldn't waste my time on it again, though. I think this was the director's first time out directing, so I'll cut him some slack. If some of his stuff comes across my desk again, I might watch something, but it's a footnote in my movie watching history. So that's all I have to say about the Attic Expeditions. I'm gonna stutter over that every time I say it. Like I said, it's kind of a middling movie. It's not super bad. Like, I didn't want to shut it off. I'm like, I'm gonna finish this. But if you don't fit the criteria I listed earlier, I wouldn't waste my time. So, until next time, Creeplings, have a good one.